Well, this Sunday marks the feast of the Holy Trinity, celebrating the doctrine of our triune God, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Joining me now on Skype to help us examine this holy day through art is Jem Sullivan, author of The Beauty of Faith. Jem, welcome back to the show. So good to see you.
Hi, Tracy. Good to see you too, and thanks for having me.
Absolutely, Jem. Let's talk about Trinity Sunday and why the church calls us to celebrate.
So the Christian faith begins and ends in the mystery of the Trinity. A Christian is baptized in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. The Mass, as the solemn prayer and public worship of the church, begins and ends in the name of the Trinity. And the whole spiritual life of a Christian can be seen as an invitation to draw close to the inner life and the love of God. So these are some of the things that the church calls us to reflect on Trinity Sunday.
Jem, tell us a little bit more about this beautiful painting that we're seeing from the National Gallery of Art.
Yes, this is an early 15th century image. It's an illuminated miniature from a prayer book known as the Psalter, or a book of Psalms. It is the work of a gifted artist known simply as the Olivetan Master. But what's remarkable about this image is that we see the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, in the company of the Blessed Virgin Mary and a whole host of saints. So if we begin in the upper right-hand corner, we see St. Peter holding the keys. Below him is the great bishop, St. Augustine. And below him is St. Benedict with his rule in hand, and St. Francis showing us his stigmata wounds. On the left side, we see St. John the Baptist pointing to Jesus. Below him is St. Agnes holding a small lamb with other women martyrs. And below them is Mary Magdalene with her perfume jar and other women saints. But it's the center of the composition that the saints are pointing us to, because at the center is the Blessed Trinity, God the Father depicted as an old bearded figure, enfolding tenderly his son Jesus and Mary, the mother of Jesus. And Jesus places a crown on the head of his mother Mary, and between them is the dove of the Holy Spirit. Mary humbly inclines her head before the Trinity as she folds her hands in a gesture of humble praise to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Jem, what can we take away from this image for Trinity Sunday?
You know, for many, the doctrine of the Trinity is abstract and removed from everyday life. This remarkable 15th century miniature image invites us on Trinity Sunday to reflect not only on the mystery of God as a community of three divine persons, but that by virtue of baptism, each one of us is invited into the communion of saints who share in the love of the divine family of God, who is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
And Jem, anything else that you think is important for our viewers to know about this beautiful image?
You know, I would just say, just to ponder the image of Mary herself in this beautiful painting, she really teaches us how we are to be grateful and to enter into the love of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And we just look at that beautiful image of Mary in this painting.
Well, Jem, thank you so much for joining us and sharing this beautiful image with us. We really appreciate it. Jem Sullivan, author of The Beauty of Faith. Thank you again.
Thank you, Tracy.